I had already made a recording about the response that I got when I went to a group on Facebook that was people who said, pineal gland opening, third eye opening, conscious beings. That's what the name of the group was. So I put a thing on there saying, I join these things because I'm trying to find people who actually want to help the world and heal the world and teach consciousness. Instead, I find people that just sort of post a lot of memes and a bunch of, things that they've seen that they repost. And it's just with a spiritual theme. Doesn't mean they're doing anything spiritual at all. In fact, if you click on one or two of them and go to their site, they'll usually have like thug life as their, just got to the next level on thug life. And the picture is like sexy shadow silhouette babes with guns and bats. Okay, you're really trying to wake up now. And people are like, I'm allowed to. Yeah, you're allowed to. Everything is allowed. But you're not waking up at all. You're fooling yourself. And I'm sorry that that's the truth and you're not going to accept it. So with those people, I'm not mad when they disagree or they say whatever. But when they disagree about something that's true, I can't say, oh, it's just your opinion. That's fine. When it's a thing that ends up being false, it's not just my opinion is this tastes good and your opinion is it doesn't. That's fine. But when I say this is the truth and they go, I don't agree because that's not what I believe. I'm like, did you even look at what I said? Because what I said is something you can't dispute. But they don't even look. They just say, I don't agree. I don't agree with what you're talking about. I'm like, you don't know what I'm talking about. All I said right here is that I want you to look at what I have to say. I don't agree with that. It doesn't make any damn sense. And then, unfortunately, the one video that somebody finally actually went on one view on number 485 out of 1,000. One view. And of course, I put them all in alphabetical order. And that ended up being one called, I Found God Today, and I Need to Find Him Every Day. That was something that happened immediately after I had the experience. And I was crying. I'm like, oh my God, I found God today. So it's like, what do you think any living being of any sort, how do you think they would react when consciousness, reality, the world they knew shattered and the truth was revealed to them? Do you think that if Christ had a recorder that he'd be like, whoa, God just talked to me and let me tell it to you in a calm, serene voice? Oh, no. Christ spent his days traveling the world trying to ask questions about what he was experiencing, and he learned from others. And with their teachings, he went and established his own teachings. They don't talk about all that in the Bible. They just make Jesus seem like this big savior. He's just another human being. He understood less than I understand. And he was crucified. So they're like, oh, put all this great stuff on him because he was crucified. Right now, I'm alive and I'm crucified at the same damn time. My soul is more alive than anyone I've seen because we are all one. I'm just in with that one. So they're just as alive, yes, but they're not acting it. They're being misled by the things they hear. And if they don't get it, all I have to do is show them the letters. But then they have to watch them. They have to take them in. They have to observe them and actually pay attention. Because I know it's like when an adult is told, you don't know what letters and numbers mean. They get really offended. But if you go to tell an adult, 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, they go, I know that, duh. But just like at one point, they were a young child who had no idea how to write a 1, didn't know any math, didn't know how to write an A. Then it wasn't like, duh, I know better. Why are you telling me something I already know? Well, the adults have been writing and reading and doing the wrong things with the letters and numbers that they were taught from somebody else who thought they knew what they meant, and they sort of had it a little bit okay in a right way because we can make do with what we have. But right now, we're sort of guessing without a calculator when it comes to letters. And just like you do long addition and long division and stuff like that, And we've learned ways to bypass that and make it easier, simplify it. Well, sometimes you don't get the same answer by simplifying. Just like when you try to make a healthy version of something that's unhealthy, you lose something in there. There's a little bit of flavor, a little bit of, consistency, or the density of it, or the viscosity of it, or something. They all change a little bit when you try to simplify. That's why I'm trying to simplify the stuff about spirit, but then I'm also trying to get deep on it. And when I get deep on it, people go, "What? I don't get it." And if I get deep and then make it like subjects that are sort of lighthearted, they go, "You're making a joke out of it. And it's not. I don't think that's amusing." Or they go, "That doesn't really make a big impact on me because it's a subject that doesn't mean much." So then they either think I'm making fun of it, or they think that or they have no clue what I'm talking about. So it's like talking to adults who seemingly and comparatively are acting like a preschooler, as if when you went to tell them this is a 1 and this is how you draw a 1, and they say, "I know that already, you don't have to tell me," and they don't know. And they're not willing to even try. And that's what it's like trying to explain this to adults, because the comment was, "What are you trying to teach here?" "I don't know." But that's 485. And at the very beginning of the playlist, on the very intro to the playlist, the words say, "This is a documentary," or, kept events as they happened. So when I'm in the moment and it's dramatic or scary or painful or very emotional in any way, I express it the way that it comes through my body, not some way that will be presentable to people. And to that same effect, some people saw a couple of my videos and they're like, "If you were enlightened, you would have better quality. You'd have more money." And I'm like, no, a truly enlightened person, a truly conscious person wouldn't want money. And all the people out there that are selling consciousness courses and wellness courses and all these courses, they're not conscious at all. They're either selling money, or, they're either making money off what they're selling, or they're selling the idea of helping others make money, which is just keeping all of them stuck in a loop. And when you get that into their minds, they feel offended, because nobody wants to be told what you've been doing all along isn't beneficial for you or anyone else. In fact, the only thing you're doing is feeding your ego, and you should probably get over that. And then people go, "Oh yeah, you get over your ego, man." And I'm like, what ego is that? The one that wants to help you and tell you the truth, but you're too blockheaded to listen? That's your ego saying that it's mine. And that is very unfortunate for those who just won't listen, because they think they know, but they're asleep deeper than they've ever been, and they just can't wake up. They can. We just got to pour ice cold water on them. So, until next time, peace.